I want to show you how to grow your Instagram following by over 500 additional followers every single month from one post. Hey there, my name is Jordan Mealy and I help entrepreneurs grow their audience and automate their sales so that you can build a business that works for you 24/7 and you don't have to. If you're new here, be sure and hit that subscribe button. We put out great new videos just like this on this channel every single week, and I don't want you to miss the next free training I release. As I was getting ready to put this video together for you, I wanted to make sure that I explained the Instagram Boost feature and how to best use it. When's the right time to use it? How do you choose the right post to boost? How do you evaluate if the results are good? I wanted to include all the details for you. And I was finding it really hard to fit everything I wanted to say into a 10 to 15 minute video like what I typically post here on the channel. Then it hit me. I've got a full length 36-minute long video inside my signature program, Laptop Lifestyle Academy, that up until now I have only shared with that group of students. And I thought, why would I recreate a training and try to fit everything you need to know in 10 to 15 minutes when I could just share that full length 36-minute video with you? So if you're watching right now, you are in for a treat because I am about to share with you the exact training that up until now I have only ever shared with some of my highest level students. This is an advanced marketing strategy that we teach inside Laptop Lifestyle Academy, specifically for students who already have their automated funnels up and running, they're generating leads and sales on a weekly basis, and they really want to pour gasoline on the fire and accelerate the growth of their audience and drive more traffic to their funnels. But I don't want you to just watch this video and then try to have to remember all the little steps for how to implement it in your own business. So that's why I have also put together a free Instagram Boost guide where I break down this entire process for you step by step. Inside this free guide, I'm going to talk about why Instagram Boost could be a good strategy for your business. I'm going to show how to choose the best post to boost on your Instagram account, exactly step by step how to set up your boost so that it's targeting the right people and bringing the right followers over to your account, your ideal clients, not just random people. And I'm going to show you how to analyze the results of a boosted post and know whether it's something that you want to keep running or whether you need to try a different post to boost in the future. I put this guide together for you with all the screenshots, all the steps, all the goodness, absolutely free. And you can grab it now at globalfreedomcommunity.com/boost. And I'm also going to link it below for you as well. So go ahead and grab that guide so that you can follow along, then get ready to sit back and relax as you enjoy this exclusive training from inside Laptop Lifestyle Academy. And welcome to this special training on how to use the Instagram Boost growth strategy. I am really excited to share this with you. This is something that we've been using in our business for about 90 days now with really great results. And as you know, anytime we find something new, we like to take 90 days to test it. And if it's proven to work, you are the first person we share it with. So I am really excited to dive into this strategy with you. Let's get going. In this video, we're going to be covering what is an Instagram boost, the benefits of boosting. I'm going to share my personal boosting experience and talk to you about when to boost and when not to boost. Also, we're going to get into the nitty-gritty of choosing a post to boost, how to do it, making the most out of it, and how to evaluate your results so you can make better decisions moving forward. So this is something that I learned very early in our business, and that is in order to grow your audience on social media, you either need to spend time or you need to spend money. The choice is yours. Now, ideally, you want to be able to do both, right? You don't want to only rely on paid strategies. And I can tell you that from experience because we have had situations in the past where our entire ad account got shut down and literally our source of growth stopped overnight because at that point we were pretty early in our business and our ads had been working so well that we were just kind of like, oh, well, we don't need to do organic. Our ads are working great. We don't need to worry about organic. And it kept getting pushed to the back burner. It's like we knew we needed to do organic growth, but it was never urgent. And then all of a sudden we woke up one morning and everything that we had been using to grow our business and generate sales literally disappeared. I don't think that will happen to you. Facebook has gotten much, much better about that if you are using Facebook ads. My point is, it can still happen, right? And so that was when we really doubled down and got really good at organic strategies. And looking back, it was the best thing that ever happened to our business because we spent the next 3 years only growing our business organically. And it was really interesting because although our growth slowed down, our profit margins tripled, which was amazing. So I want you to know that organic strategies are very, very important to the overall health of your business. But when you have an organic strategy that's working, there's absolutely nothing wrong with pouring some gasoline on the fire and using paid ads to accelerate your growth, because then you get to spend less time because you're spending your money and you're paying social media to grow your business faster rather than spending your time growing it faster. What I'm teaching today is a paid strategy, and you can do it on a very, very, very small budget, which is really exciting. What is Instagram Boost? This is when you boost or promote a post from your feed and spend money for Instagram to put it in front of more of your ideal clients and customers. So instead of relying on the algorithm to get reach for your posts, you are actually paying for reach. Do not assume that Instagram Boost and Facebook Boost are the same thing. Never, ever, ever use Facebook Boost to boost a post on your Facebook business page. It is a disaster. It has never been set up properly by Facebook. If you're going to run ads on Facebook, you need to do it through your business and ads manager. You never, ever, ever want to click boost post. You will literally just be wasting your money. However, for whatever reason on Instagram, the same rules do not apply, and the Instagram Boost strategy works really, really well when you get it dialed in. I just had to make that caveat. Don't take this and be like, oh, well, Jordan's talking about Instagram Boost, so I guess I can do Facebook Boost. No, don't do that. But I'm going to talk to you about why Instagram Boost can be so powerful. So the benefits of boosting a post on Instagram. Growth on any social media platform is all about data. So you're creating content, you're putting this content out here, and at all times, you should be evaluating your insights. You should know what content is creating the most positive results for my business. Remember, every single piece of content you create should either be to grow your audience, to capture leads, or to convert sales. So when you're looking at your insights inside your Instagram dashboard, you should be evaluating which posts are bringing in followers, which ones are gathering the most engagement, which one are getting website clicks, right? That's a lead, in my opinion. Not everyone who clicks is going to turn into a lead, but they can't really turn into a lead unless they click on your website. So that's important. So how are you getting website clicks? That link in bio click. And then which ones are gathering sales? And you won't always know specifically which ones are gathering sales because there's not an insight for that, obviously, because sales happen off of the Instagram platform. However, this is why when someone joins Laptop Lifestyle Academy in our welcome post, we always say, how did you hear about us? Because that's how we can really gather, like, what of our activity? Is it our ads? Is it our YouTube channel? Is it our Instagram profiles? Is it Facebook? Is it our group? Like, where are these people coming from? And so knowing kind of what channels and what platforms and what strategies are actually leading to sales can be a very important insight that you need to know. So you gather all these insights and you need to be tracking them. We track all of these insights in our business every single week. Every Friday, we write down these numbers, and you should use your insights to create more content like your best performing content. So your data tells you what to create more of and what to create less of. And it also identifies holes in your funnel. For example, if you're getting a lot of profile visits, but you're not getting enough, like you're not converting followers, and I'm going to tell you like what percentages to look for there. If you're not getting followers from your profile visits, it probably means that you've got some type of incongruency with your content and your bio, meaning someone sees a post, they love it, they come to your profile, and then they're like, wait, no, that's not what I thought it was, and then they leave. You need to create that congruency. The way that I really got our bios honed in on Instagram is from reading our insights and seeing, okay, like we're getting a lot of profile visits this week, but we didn't get very many new followers. It must mean that our bio is not clear enough yet, right? So you're always want to be changing and evaluating and adjusting as you go. So when you boost a post, you're buying this data, which means that you can evaluate and make adjustments more quickly. You can boost a post and get it in front of 5,000 people a lot faster than you could get it in front of 5,000 people organically. So boosting a post makes it easier to make decisions and adjustments more quickly. And that's the biggest benefit to boosting. So let me tell you my first boosting experience. It was a bad bad experience. And I mean, all I mean by that is had no business boosting a post yet. So I spent $10 to boost one post to my target niche in April of 2021. And here were the results. I got a reach of 1,998 people. 16 of those people visited my profile. 8 of those 16 followed me, and 1 clicked over to my website. All right, so using these numbers, it would have cost me $12,500 to reach 10,000 followers on Instagram. That's not a very good number, right? And so it's one of those things like I just really had no business boosting this post. So what I learned was that throwing money at a broken strategy will not fix it. And I remember this feeling I had because 2021 is when I really started first focusing on Instagram. Up to this point, I had only ever focused on Facebook. And in 2021, we added YouTube and Instagram to our strategy. So I remember in April 2021 feeling extremely frustrated with my Instagram strategy. And nothing was working. I wasn't getting the engagement. I wasn't getting the followers. I wasn't getting the growth. I was growing by like maybe 3 or 4 followers a month overall. People would follow, unfollow, and all this mess. And I thought, well, I'm just going to throw money at this post and see if that will help. When I knew this, but sometimes, we make an emotional decision instead of a data-driven decision. I knew this from past experience. Ads only amplify the results that your funnel is already creating. And in this case, your social media is a funnel, right? Someone sees your post. If they like it, they click to your profile, they see your profile, they like it, they follow you, they click over to your website, they become a lead, they become a sale, right? So at this point, this ad was the very top of my funnel. And all this proved to me was that I did not have a Instagram strategy really locked in yet. Okay. And it's really important to know because I see people make this mistake all the time. They're not getting leads, they're not getting sales, they're not getting results from the funnel that they want to be getting. So they think, oh, well, I'll just throw money at it. That'll fix it. But the truth is, and this goes for any kind of funnel, any kind of paid advertising, your funnel will never perform better with paid traffic than it does with organic traffic. So if you've got a funnel that's converting at 10% organically, you can expect it to convert at 7 to 8% with paid ads. So you need your organic percentages to be high enough that you can afford to eat that decrease with your paid advertising. So you've got to know that throwing money at a broken funnel is never, ever, ever going to fix it. And thankfully, I only spent $10, right? That's a pretty cheap lesson. But I did not run another boost post until December of 2021 because that was when I really felt confident with my strategy. Now I run a boost post all the time. I always have one running because it's working and I've got it dialed in. And I'm going to show you what that looks like in just a second. So let's talk about this December boost experience. With this second boosted post that I attempted, I paid $60 to boost it for 6 days. And what I did, and I've actually boosted this post more since then, but these are the numbers I wrote down from this initial boost. It reached 2,690 people, which resulted in 176 profile visits and 92 new followers. So now instead of paying $1.25 per follower, I was paying 65 cents per follower, meaning instead of paying $13,000 to get 10K followers, I'm paying $6,500. And I'm just using that as an example because I would never just drop $6,500 to try to hurry and get to 10K followers. That's not what I'm talking about. That's not a good reason to boost a post, but I want to show you how when you think of 65 cents versus $1.25, that's not a big difference when you're looking at 10, 20, 30, $40. But at scale, that's a big difference. And that's something we've learned with paid advertising is whatever strategies you're using, they need to work at scale. And what's really interesting is actually, as I boosted this post more and more, the price per follower went up. And this is also very common in paid advertising because the algorithm is going to get the low-hanging fruit first, meaning what they're going to do is they're going to show your post to your most congruent people first. And so those people, so your initial results might be higher. And then as you boost it longer, the algorithm's showing it to more and more and more people who might not be as close of a fit as that first, 3,000. And that's just an example there. So I'm not saying that you have to stick at 65 cents per follower. That's probably not a sustainable long-term strategy. However, that's what this result was here. So what changed? Why was this better? From April to December, what changed? I used my organic insights, like I mentioned earlier, to get more clear on my niche. and my content strategy, and I used that clarity to create more content my niche wanted to see. I updated my bio many, many times. I'm talking like multiple times a month until I started to see more of my profile visits converting into followers. I then identified which piece of content resulted in the most followers in a 30-day period, and I boosted the content that got the best results versus boosting something that I thought would result in more followers. So what I mean by that is I let the data make the decision for me instead of making an emotional decision. So when you let the data make the decision for you, emotions are no longer a part of it, right? It's all numbers. It's all a business decision. Whereas with that first post, I was like, oh, I love this post. I'm going to boost it, right? And sometimes we do that. We're like, oh, but I love it. It's my favorite. Doesn't matter if it's your favorite, right? What matters is what the data says. You need to pick the post that is the best based on the data. So when should you boost a post? You boost a post when you're happy with your organic growth and you want to accelerate that growth, or when you are stuck with your organic growth and you want to evaluate where the holes in your funnel are. So, for example, if you're feeling stuck on Instagram, you could spend $10, $20, $30 to buy more data, buy more reach, and then you can see, okay, well, this post is performing really, really well when it gets in front of people. So I have a reach problem. So boosting is a good idea. Or if you throw money at that post and you don't get good results, now you know your problem is not a reach problem, it's a niche or a content problem. So that very first post that I boosted helped me realize I didn't have a reach problem. I mean, I did, but ultimately, before I could fix the reach problem, I had to fix the niche and the content problem. Now, the second one I boosted helped me realize that my niche and my content were like spot on, really, really good. And all I needed to grow was get that content in front of more eyeballs. So that's when you can use a boosted post to buy data and evaluate where the holes in your funnel are. Another thing, when you have at least $60 to spend without expecting anything in return. Don't expect an immediate return on your investment with a boosted ad, right? Because you're not sending people directly to a funnel. What you're doing is you're buying reach, you're buying followers, trusting that once those people get into your ecosystem, you can use your content and funnels to convert them into leads and sales on the back end. I know specifically we have made multiple sales in the last 90 days from our boosted post. Why? Because of what I'm going to show you here in a minute on how to get the most out of your post, right? So conversations we're having with these new followers that are directly resulting in sales because our content and our funnels are on point. And if we can just get someone to follow us, then we know ultimately we can convert enough of them into leads and sales to make it a profitable strategy for us. And you might not be there yet, and that's okay. And that might be when you're like, you know what? I'm not there yet, but I've got this $60. I'm going to spend it. I want to get data, and that will help me evaluate and adjust and get there faster than I am on my own. When do you not boost posts? When your current strategy is not working and you think throwing money at it will fix the problem. I've already touched on this enough. I won't harp on it again. When you're struggling to post consistently on Instagram, the absolute worst thing you can do is boost a post to get a bunch of different followers, a bunch of new followers, who then never see another post from you or rarely see another post from you because you're not showing up consistently. Also, when you don't have time to engage and nurture the new comments and followers that are coming from your boosted post. And I can promise you, if you're not taking time to meet these new followers, you could have 1,000 followers that come in from a boosted post and you won't get hardly any results, if any results from it, because they don't know you, like you, trust you. Because when someone finds you organically, it's because, they're seeking you out a little bit more. Whereas when they find you through an ad, the algorithm is seeking them out. So you need to do a little bit better job of warming them up to you to make sure that they continue to see your posts in their feed and that they know you, like you, trust you as you create content with CTAs that lead to your funnels. If they know you, like you, trust you, they've had a conversation with you, then they're going to be more comfortable becoming a lead or becoming a customer. A really great example of this is just this past week, I had a girl that followed me from a boosted post. I said, hey, so great to meet you. I had a conversation with her in Messenger or in DMs. I'm going to show you what script I use here in a minute. Literally, that's all I said to her was my first message. She never even responded, but she ended up opting into one of our funnels and she sent me a message about one of our paid programs and said, would this be a good fit for me? And she was like, this is my situation. Would this be a good fit? I was able to respond. She became a customer that day. Now, the reason she felt comfortable messaging me is because I had already messaged her, right? I was a real person to her because I had sent her a message. So she felt comfortable sending me a message with her question. Now, maybe she would have anyway. I don't know. But I do know that the more you engage with your new followers, the more comfortable they're going to be trusting you to help them solve whatever problems they have. So let's talk about choosing a post to boost. You're going to start by going to your profile and clicking on Insights. Then you're going to click on a little option. When you click on your Insights, you'll see an option that says Content You Shared. Click on that, and what you're going to see is this screenshot here on the right. You want to select any post follows last 3 months. And like I said, you can say last 30 days if you're like a little newer at this. That's totally fine too. Write down your 3 best performing posts. So when you do this, Instagram is going to list in order the posts that you've done in the last 3 months that brought in the most followers. So the posts that brought in the most followers are going to be at the top. Then you're going to change the selection. You want to write those down. Then change the selection to any post reach last 3 months. And write down how much reach. So you've got your 3 posts that brought in the most followers. And I want you to write down what the reach on those posts were. And you want to go with the post that has the best follower to reach ratio. So what I mean by this, if you've got a post that reached 200 people and brought in 4 new followers, that's a good number, right? Versus if you've got a post that reached 300 people, but didn't bring in any followers, now that doesn't necessarily mean it's a good post to boost. So just kind of use your judgment there. I know you might make mistakes and that's fine, but that's kind of a good place to start, okay? So let's talk about how to boost your post, okay? So first of all, you're gonna go to your Instagram profile, go to your feed, your grid, and find the post you want to boost. So whichever one you picked, go to that post, click on it, and then click on the blue boost post button underneath that post, okay? You're gonna select a goal. So when you click on that blue button, the first thing that's going to pop up is it's going to tell you to select a goal. You can choose between profile visits, website visits, or messages. You want to pick profile visits. Then you want to define your audience. Okay, so you're going to click profile visits, click next. It's going to take you to define your audience. You've got 2 options here. You can do automatic, where Instagram targets people like your followers, or you can create your own. If you're like me, I used Instagram personally for the past 10 years. Most of my Instagram followers, when I boosted my first post, were people that I was friends with in high school or met in college or whatever, right? They were not, people I know from horseback riding. I don't need more of those people following me, right? Friends and family. I need people in my target audience. So if you're like me, click create your own. Ultimately, one day, if you've got 5,000 followers and you think 3,000 of them, 4,000 of them are within your niche, then you could let Instagram pick, because Instagram is smarter than we are and it'll do a good job. But if most of your followers are friends and family like mine are, you definitely want to create your own. Now, once you create your own, the first thing that's going to pop up is for you to name your new audience. It's going to say audience name, and you want to name your audience based on whatever interests you pick, which I'm going to talk about in just a second. Then you want to choose your location. This is really important. If you are in the United States or Canada, I highly recommend choosing United States or Canada. Europe is great, but they have a lot of privacy laws, which make it a lot harder for the algorithms to target the right people for you. And you don't want to just select like any location, because if you let any location, Instagram will automatically show your post to the cheapest audience, which will typically be a lower quality follower. So I always pick United States and Canada. And from there, once you've picked your locations, you get to pick your interests. And I've put a screenshot here of 3 different searches that I tested to come up with your interests, okay? So you want to look at, first of all, what is your niche? Who are you targeting and what are you targeting them for? Do you help moms lose weight? Then you might want to type in weight loss. Do you help real estate agents get more listings? Then you might want to type in realtors. Do you help female entrepreneurs do something? You could type in female entrepreneur. So do you have a skincare business, right? Then you might type in skincare, and you can target people who like these different skincare companies, skincare brands, or just skincare in general. And Instagram determines what someone's interests are based on who they follow and the posts they interact with, okay? So some influencers can be selected as interests. So for example, on this third image here where I typed in female entrepreneur, I can pick just people who are interested in female entrepreneurship, or I can pick people who are specifically interested in the Female Entrepreneur Association, which is a personal brand owned by Carrie Green based out of the UK. Amy Porterfield is one you can target. But don't just assume all entrepreneurs are the same. Get as specific as you can, right? Think about what type of entrepreneurs and what type of entrepreneurs you're specifically looking to reach in your business. Okay, so are you more brick and mortar? Are you real estate agents, insurance brokers? Or are you network marketers? Are you trying to target network marketers? Are you trying to target, people that own a certain type of business? Or can you work with any female entrepreneur, right? So I will just tell you the one I pick personally is I picked 3 interests. I did female entrepreneur in general. I did female entrepreneur association, and I did Amy Porterfield, because we're specifically targeting coaches and course creators, or aspiring coaches and course creators. So I know I can hit a lot of those people with those 3 interests. Okay. So once you do that, after you pick your interest, and you might have to play with this a little to find the best ones. Like I said, you've got to be willing to lose a little bit of money testing to figure out what works. Okay. But pick 1 to 3. And then from there, you need to pick your age and gender. We typically pick our starting age at 25. And then I cannot stress this enough. If you are a woman, just pick women. Even if you can work with men and you can test it, it could be different with your niche. But in our niche, if we pick women and men, we get a lot of creepers that start following us. So just let your organic content reach the men that you want to reach, and then let your paid content go after women. Just save yourself the trouble. We did one once where we didn't identify specifically locations. We just let Instagram pick the locations, and we let Instagram pick the gender. And I woke up the next morning and I was so excited. I had like 20 new followers, and literally all of them were like fake accounts from other countries or not fake, they were obviously real accounts, but with men that would like send me messages that are like, hey, pretty, and hey, beautiful, and oh my gosh, your eyes are so amazing. I'm just like, dude, that is not what I'm spending my money on. I don't need your compliments, right? And so we learned very quickly, literally, we left that ad on for about 12 hours, and we were like, no, we need to turn that off. So just take it from me, pick women, and save yourself a lot of trouble. From there, you're going to pick your budget and your duration. You want to pick $5 or $10 a day for no more than 6 days. Okay. You can do less. For example, that first ad I ran, I did $10 over the course of, I think, 1 day or maybe 3 days. So I found out pretty quickly that it wasn't working. So you don't have to run it for 6 days, but I wouldn't run it for more than 6 on your first one. If it's working, you can always start it back up again. Note that the more you spend, the faster you can buy data. But I still wouldn't spend more than $10 a day to start, because you want to give the algorithm time to acclimate and find your right people. If you start a boosted post at 4:00 in the afternoon one day at $50 a day, it's going to try to very quickly spend that $50 before midnight that night. And it's not going to have time to acclimate and find the right people for you. So start with around $10 a day. You can always raise that over time if you want to. Once you click next, you're going to go to a screen that has you review and go ahead and publish that boost post. And if this is your first time boosting a post, you'll also have to add a payment method here. So how do you make the most out of your boost? First, you need to reply to every single comment. If someone leaves a comment on your boosted post, reply to it every time, no exceptions. You don't have to do it instantly, but schedule time daily to reply to your comments. Next, you want a 3-2-1 every single follower. And if you're not familiar with 3-2-1, go back to the attraction phase, and we talk about the 3-2-1 Instagram engagement strategy. So this is where you go to their profile and you like 3 of their posts, you comment on 2, and you follow if you want to. You can also do this with likes and comments if time allows. Now, I'll be honest, most of the time, I don't have time in my day to do this with likes and comments, but I never, ever, ever skip followers. In fact, I do it every morning. At the end of my morning routine, I sit down, I stay in my chair with my cup of coffee, and I message and engage with all my new followers that came in the last 24 hours. And your message is very simple. You just say, hey, Mary, just wanted to drop in, say thanks for the follow. I'm looking forward to getting to know you. You can obviously say that in your own voice, but don't overthink it. Don't be a weirdo. Just say hi, tell them thank you, and move on. But make sure you engage with a couple of their posts as well. This is going to tell the algorithm that you enjoy engaging with one another, which is really important. And that's going to help the algorithm show more of your post to them. From there, let's talk about how to evaluate your boost. Is it a good boost or is it a bad one? Okay. The numbers you want to track are reach, profile visits, and followers. You want to know what percentage of accounts reached actually visited your profile. And a minimum number to shoot for here is 2.5%. You want at least 2.5% of the people who get reached by your post to click and visit your profile. My personal best is 6%. So just know if you get 2.5%, that's good, but there's room for improvement. Follows. What percentage of profile visits result in a follow? You want at least 50%. Anything less than 50, you want to adjust your content in your bio. My personal best is 61%. So that's actually what's really interesting. It's the post I'm running now. Only 2.8% of the people visiting who get reached visit my profile. But of those who visit my profile, 61% are following me. So that's what makes that post successful for me. That means that, yeah, okay, it's not necessarily creating the most profile visits, but when they do visit my profile, they're very, very likely to turn into a follower. So that's why I left it on. Every single niche is going to be different. Okay, some niches are significantly more competitive, which means more expensive than others. So base your results off of percentages, not just price. Okay, if you're only going off of price, you might be spending way more than you need to, right? Because your niche is less expensive. Or you could have a really good post, but based on percentages, but it's just more expensive because that's the niche you're in and that's just the way that it is. Okay, so that's something to think about as well. So I want to evaluate 3 of my posts that I have boosted based on the numbers I just shared with you so you can see some real examples. Okay, so post number 1, and this is not like the first 3 that I did. These are just 3 examples of posts I have boosted in the last 90 days. So one of my posts, I spent $158 to reach 6,763 people. It's resulted in 196 profile visits, 120 new followers, giving me $1.31 per follower. Okay. Then I've got post number 2. This was a bad one. I didn't leave it on very long. $88 to reach 4,487 people, which actually is not bad, right? That's pretty good. But only 2.8% of the people were visiting my profile. Again, not too bad, but here's where it went south. Only 30% of the ones who visited my profile actually ended up following me. So what did I find out from here? That particular post, there was some kind of incongruency between what people were seeing in that post and what they were expecting when they landed on my profile. So I ditched that one pretty quick. Post number 3, definitely my most successful that I've done so far, $229 spent, 6,726 reach to get 400 profile visits and 224 new followers. I will say this is a post that I created back in December. I still occasionally boost this post. You can boost a post that you posted months ago. It doesn't matter if it's a recent post or not. If you find one that's a real winner, just lean into it. Or evaluate what do you think made it such a good post and see if you can recreate a similar post that you can then boost as well. Well, hey there, welcome back. I'm so glad you're still here, and I really hope that you enjoyed this exclusive look at my Instagram boost training that up until now I've only ever shared with my Laptop Lifestyle Academy students. If you enjoyed this video, please do me a favor, hit the like button, and don't forget to grab my Instagram boost guide so that you can take everything we covered today and take action on it immediately inside your business. Inside this guide, I have left no stone unturned, and I'm going to walk you step by step through the exact implementation steps for how to take what we covered today and boost your first or next Instagram post. You can grab it free at globalfreedomcommunity.com/boost, or you can grab it in the description below as well. All right, that's all I got for today. If you want some tips on what to be posting on Instagram, specifically how to create Instagram carousels that make the perfect boosted posts for your business, by the way, then go check out this video. Just don't forget to hit that subscribe button before you go so you'll be notified the next time we release a new video on this channel. Thank you so much for watching, and I'll see you next time.